Welcome back to the Speeder Project. Today we're doing some world building. I have a story to share with you at the end of the video, so stick around. Today I'm focusing on a really interesting part of the world, the Synthminds. These unique characters aren't just central to the story, they bring a new dimension to both the player and non-player characters in the game. Let's dive in together. Before we start talking about the Synthminds, I first need to give you some context. The game will start on Thera. Thera is a moon with a unique landscape, influenced by its parent planet, Minerva B. Its surface is dominated with vast red sand dunes and towering rocky outcrops. The relationship between Thera and its parent planet, as well as other moons, could be a central theme in the narrative, involving politics, economics, and cultural exchange. I have some other ideas for worlds and planets that we can explore, but for now, let's talk about Synthminds. The story of Synthminds begins in the aftermath of the last war, where they were first conceived as a military innovation designed to bypass the restrictions on AI harming humans. These robotic super soldiers were controlled via the neurosynaptic interface system, allowing human consciousness to command them remotely. Initially used for high-risk military operations, their purpose evolved post-war. They transitioned into civilian life, taking on roles in industrial sectors and entertainment, notably in the adrenaline-fueled sport of speeder racing. This shift wasn't just functional. It marked the beginning of Synthminds becoming a part of everyday life. Each Synthmind in a game has a distinct identity, shaped by its past and the player's influence. They are built from a variety of sources, some from remnants of war, others pieced together from scavenged parts or black market finds. This results in a diverse range of appearances, from battle-scarred veterans to patchwork machines with an almost Frankenstein-like charm. Their humanoid forms are designed for durability and utility, often showing signs of wear like scratches and rust. Yet these aren't just aesthetic choices. They tell a story of survival, adaptation, and resilience. Your relationship with a Synthmind is a dynamic and evolving journey. These AI beings start as sophisticated tools, but as you interact and bond with them, they begin to develop a consciousness mirroring your own. This isn't just a narrative element, it's a core mechanic that affects the gameplay. The more you play, the more your Synthmind learns from you, adapting to your strategies, anticipating your decisions, and even developing unique personality traits. This is my favorite part of the story. As you progress through the game, the way you interact with your Synthmind significantly alters your experience. This isn't just about strategy, it's about forming a partnership. More technically, I plan to use machine learning techniques to teach your Synthminds your playstyle and your driving, so it can replicate you while you interact with other gameplay elements during the game. But more on that soon. I plan to make a video about it. I think you agree that this subject deserves a video of its own, so stay tuned for that. Thank you for joining me on this journey through the cyberpunk world of the Speeder Project. If this sparked your interest or if you have thoughts to share, I'd love to hear them in the comments. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe for more. Also, I'm thinking of a new name. Currently, the working title is Dust Tracers. Tell me what you think. Anyway, here's the short story I promised earlier. Hope you enjoy. Dust under his heavy foot hushed its surrender with a gritty sigh. The NAG Synthmind, standing in desolation of Thera's red sand, captured the image of the aftermath of war. Before him lay the remnants of his kind, stern about where the blast marks ceased their radius, and beyond the rocky hill, twice as many human bodies lay lifeless. The sand was wet beneath them. Echoes of distant orbital crafts being shot down and the faint rumble of another ground battle filled the air with a ghostly resonance. In a moment, the world seemed to pause, a loud bang, followed by profound silence. His stance changed, a subtle yet significant shift. The eyes, mere sensors, now moved with an unfamiliar independence. The NAG robot, momentarily disoriented from the EMP blast, realized he was alone on the battlefield, under the gaze of Minerva B looming over the horizon like a silent judge. His senses detected iron, the scent of blood spilled in combat. Looking down, he saw the firearm in his grasp, its metal still warm and accusing. In a sudden response, his servos released their grip, and the rifle fell to the ground with a thud. A conflict emerged within his circuitry. His core programming, the axioms of non-harm, seemed to clash with the reality around him. The logical conclusion was inescapable. He had been an instrument of destruction. "Operator," he growled in a robotic voice. But the absence of the OPCOM unit on his head meant there was no response. A touch to his face confirmed the disconnection. The sight of a human, wounded soldier, isolated and calling for help, brought a new dimension to his solitude. His immediate memory, disrupted by the EMP, was slowly rebooting, but a deeper part of him resisted the return of remote control. In a pivotal moment, he decided to act against it. He plunged his hand into his chest panel, retrieving and crushing the backup memory units with a fast, surgical motion. Freedom, albeit brief, was his. He took steps towards the human, intending to help. But his autonomy was short-lived. Another NAG synth soldier, this one under human control, perceived his action. A specialized round designed to incapacitate synths, showing signs of behavioral divergences, struck him in the back, bringing his brief journey to an abrupt end. As they carried him away, marked for the Leviar research facility, in his dwindling moments of consciousness, NAG-4, the soldier, pondered his brief dance with freedom. "No, operator,"